Field stabilized. Intaro Atun.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be a Vermeer match between best and queen. Top left gonna be queen, top right gonna be best. A ZVP on a Vermeer for you today. Another RJB replay. You know what that means. Alright, so Terry the Overlord moving out in the correct direction, which means he will get killed by a Dragoon eventually. I wonder what the survival rate for Terrys are in StarCraft. I don't know. Terry, how many of your brethren have fallen in battle before you? That's right, Terry. It's a big number, but it's hard to communicate in English. I understand that. Okay, well, what are we doing? Anything nutso? Why did RJB send me this replay? That's a question we have to ask every time one of them comes from RJB to the Falcon Paladin channel. And in this case, it's feeling, I don't know, not too crazy, honestly. It's not a crazy Nexus first against Zerg without scouting. Very standard gateway into some Zealots. And it is, oh, that's a pool firster. Pool first extractor trick here from Queen. This is Ling aggression. But it's against a gateway first. I mean, it's worse against a Forge first. Forge is incredibly safe against this kind of stuff from Zerg. A gateway better. Nexus first is basically you're dead. So at least it's not a crazy Nexus first play. And yeah, it's going to be Zealots. It's going to be Zerglings. It's going to be no speed on those Lings for some time. And the probe says, where's your expansion? No expansion, huh? Well, how many Lings are coming out? They're coming out now, soon. If it was a really early pool first, they'd be coming down this ramp, and they're not. So Bess is like, okay, let's check this out real quick. And, oh, does he want to expand? He does, but the block is happening. Oh, and the pylon block too. Bess, this is great. I mean, the good news is the pylon's going to get canceled. These Lings, yeah, they have to jump on this. You need an expansion like yesterday. So canceled pylon, go expansion now, late, but oh gosh, that probe almost got in there again. Almost got in there again. So the Ling's cruising across the map. Zealot's gonna stay home. Overlord doing 360s, showing us his sweet, sweet moves. Go Terry, go Terry, go! Go Terry, go Terry, go! Oh, that's fantastic. That's really good. So Zealots on the ramp. Zealot here. You know, 6 Lings can take down a Zealot, but not 2 Zealots, and especially if not if there's a probe involved. So yeah, we're gonna do a dance. Oh, wow. He's microing his Lings while making his Overlord spin. What on earth? I mean, at this point, there's 3 Zealots, man. Give it up. Yeah, just take a third. Here we go. Third base coming in. To make up for the fact that second base is late, this probe is scouting and says, what are we doing? Now taking your gas after that third base has well started. Well started. All right, well, 3 Zealots up. Gas being taken by Bess now. Not Ling Flood, right? If you're going to Ling Flood, well, I don't know. Actually, we have seen that. If you missed the Cheese Comp number 10 last week, go check it out. It was amazing. There was a game like this featuring Effort where he did get a third base, but just used it for Larva and got speed and absolutely Ling Flooded the heck out of the Protoss he's playing against. Whether it worked or not, I'm not going to tell you because that'd be a spoiler. But it was a pretty amazing attempt. But at this point, I mean, I'm seeing drones. I am seeing speed kicked in, but there's a lair. I mean, you don't go lair if you're just trying to Ling Flood your way to victory here, right? Okay, so everything's fine. Everything's normal. A little bit of early Ling aggression attempted, a little bit of Zealot aggression attempted. They canceled each other out. It's like math, where you take, I don't know, what cancels out? Take some kind of a fraction, and there are the same numbers in the numerator and the denominator, and you can just cross those out. I think that's how that works. It's been a while since I've dealt with that, but my brain seems to remember some kind of the math I learned in, you know, 3rd grade, 4th grade? When was that? 5th grade, maybe? Who knows? I don't. Ling's hacking away at this gateway. Stargate coming in from best. No real surprise there. Lair done. So Spire or... There you go. Spire time now? Yeah, Spire time now. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh my gosh, lost that gateway though. Decided not to send the Zealots home to save it. They're like, well, if all the Lings are on my side of the map, then they're not here. Oh, this is problematic. This is problematic. This is a lot of Zealots inside your main base, dude. Ooh, he's just going behind the mineral line with this. I disagree. Honestly, get in there, kill as many drones as you can. I guess there's enough Lings that you just kind of have to kill Lings, huh? Try to get as many cost-efficient kills as you can here before these Zealots go down, because they're going to go down. Queen has some thoughts about this. It's like, what? You jerk. Get out of here with your Zealots. Are these drones full evacing from this base? No, there's still 4 here. That's funny. Oh, they're coming back. Oh, he's going to bring them in to help kill the Zealots. Okay. All right. I mean, sure, it's extra damage, but you just lost at least 2 drones there. It did kind of force the Zealots into less beneficial positions. That Zealot goes down. This guy's down. He's super down. He's down bad, and so is this guy. But, you know, 3 kills is all right. 4 is kind of ideal. And then the Corsairs show up. And the Scourge are late. We had to make so many Zerglings to deal with those Zealots. Queen again has thoughts. Best has another thought. Ooh, the supply block. The supply block is so real, and it's getting realer. Oh no, Scourge saved it. Scourge saved it. Lings have speed. The counterattack is also real. +1 arrow weapons. We know what that means in ZVP. Macro hatch here at the 3rd. No static defense at all. Basically, Queen feels like that Best kind of shot his Zealots a little bit early before they had speed. And it'll take a while to get up another group of Zealots scary enough to force Sunkens to be built at either of these bases. He's just kind of like, I will be the one who pressures for now. And then if the Zealots start moving out and they've got speed and there's a lot of them, then sure, we'll get some Sunkens down. But for now, oh, there we go. Creep Colony at the natural and another macro hatch at the 3rd. My goodness. Killing his own eggs as a show of dominance. Alright, so we actually are sunkening up here. He feels like there is going to be some kind of an attack. Having a couple sunkens is nice. Oh my gosh, it's the Mutas. It's the Mutas, ladies and gentlemen, against +1 Corsairs of great number. Oh, that's a wide open gap there. But the Lings have to go fight because now the Zealots are moving. Heading where? We don't know. That's why we have to sunken up both the natural and the 3rd base. Sunken. Bam, bam, bam. Scourge massacre. Sure, win some, you lose some. 3 Corsairs remain, and that's not enough for these Mutas to handle, that's for sure. Zealots beelining for that Spire. The Mutas and the Lings are trying to fight, but the Corsairs causing problems. The Zealots are like, we'll fight against drones. Why not? Look at this guy. Oh my gosh, he just get killed by drones. He's not going to tell anybody that when he gets reincarnated into a Dragoon body, that's for sure. 4 kills Zealot. He doesn't have much HP, but you know you don't need a lot of HP to kill drones. No, the Mutas ruined it. Wait, the Mutas actually killed the Corsairs? No, they fled. Fled. Mutalisks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count them. 5. Singularity charge coming in because we're anticipating lurkers next. From Queen in this matchup. Still 3 base to 2 base. Protoss did not take a 3rd base during that attack, which I find a little bit curious. Queen's keeping an eye on potential 3rd base locations, as a good Zerg player should do in this matchup. Adding an Archon, yeah. Earlier Archons, right? When enemies going Mutalisks, Archon's so good against stacked up Mutas. That splash damage, I mean, Corsairs do splash too, but Archon splash damage is something different. What? What? Alright, Archon's in the house. Corsairs overhead. Archon, big damage against that sunken down. That's a big source of damage here. Pest, maybe talking trash. I don't know. Sure, why not? I did hear a couple Scourges connect against these Corsairs. Only 4 of them remaining, and Queen survives. Okay. That was interesting. I thought for sure that was a continued push, but the Hydras that popped out are a really good answer to the Archons and the Corsairs. Zealots are your answer to those guys, right? The +1 attack speed Zealots against 0/0 Hydras. Yeah, they're going to do fine. But there we go. Now the third base is coming up from Best. Just outside of his main. Working on upgrades, production tab, telling us we're working on that armor upgrade. No shield upgrades yet, if we see them at all. Mutas just trying to bruise up these Zealots. If you can't kill them, try to bruise them. Maybe don't take Archon hits, though, while that's happening. This Archon has 3 kills. Feels like a small number for this Archon. Lings are like, is there a 4th base? No? Cool, that's great. This 3rd base is problematic for us, though. Yeah, he sees it. Scourge, not enough Scourge to connect. They gotta try, and bam! Well, all the Mutas died, and a couple of the Corsairs died. Not the best trades in the world. Ooh, a 4th base, but Zealot was down here ready to rock. I love it. In CVT, sometimes this is a single Marine trying to take down a hatchery that's building. It always makes me laugh. It's like, I got this. I got this. And, ooh, does force a cancel. Okay, yeah, 1,000,000 Zealots will definitely get rid of this thing. Best. Looking good. Looking good. Any sign of a hive at all? Uh-oh. Is this one of those games where Queen thinks he can win without hive tech against a tier 3 Protoss? Kind of seems like it is. The storm is coming in. The Lings don't have Adrenal, nor will they for a long time. But if you could force this... Oh, Corsairs, why did you turn back into that? Oh, I would rather go for this 3rd than try to bust into this natural. But Archons are no threat. Storm is the threat. Big threat. More Zealots forcing an evac from the 3rd base. Ah, this is abject chaos all of a sudden. Zealots trying to fight. Dragoons don't want to fight this, but they must. These probes, Storm killing some probes that are helping to fight. And are there enough Hydras to keep this 3rd base alive from Queen? We'll have to see. We got to go back and forth here. 3rd base of Best is in trouble. But not enough Hydras to actually fight against these Dragoons. That's been cleaned up. This has been cleaned up. These Zealots, they've done their work. They've done their terrible work. And guess who's going back into Mutas? Queen is. Queen certainly is. Hey, new 4th base from Queen. This time in the position where the 3rd base is for Best on the other side of the map. So nobody loses a base. It's 46 drones to 50 probes here. Seems fine, I guess. But going back into Mutas, let's see. You know what? Watch it. We did watch those Corsairs die. Are there no Corsairs left? I don't know. This might be a pretty massive move from Queen to go into a Mutaball that snipes High Templar, and then suddenly the Hydras are 8,000 times better. Still no sign of a Queen's Nest. Still no sign of a Hive, though. Fourth base in trouble. Mutas! There we go. You have to dodge the storms. But that's a High Templar down. Get him. Get him. Full evac on this 4th base. Another High Templar down. 2 volleyed. Is that it? Is that all the High Templar in this army? I think so. But the Zealot count is high enough that these Hydras aren't going to be awesome. They have any upgrades at all. +1 Carapace, good. But as the game moves along, the Zerg player having Adrenal is a really important component to trying to win this game, as a 4th base is canceled. Best does lose that. It's a big, big win there from Queen, keeping the Zerg or the Protoss player on 3 bases while he's on 3 bases. These mutas need to get some work done. They must get some work done. There's a lot of them, in all fairness. I don't think we made any Corsairs. I don't think the answer to these mutas was Corsairs for best, and I'm not sure that was the right move. Yeah, probe snipes. Trying to get that probe count lower than the drone count. Is there any 4th base, please? Is there a guy down here? No, no 4th base. This is a 4th base. That is going to die. Oh, hang on. Can these mutas fight 2 Dragoons? 3, okay, more Dragoons are showing up here. So, adequately defending this base against incoming Mutalist harassment. The Zealots are just kind of awesome right now against a Mass Hydra play with absolutely no Lurkers, absolutely no Adrenalings. He's just Muta stacking like his life depends on it, because it does. Good. Wow, this is really good probe sniping, though. 46 to 37 probes, 36 probes now. 10 worker lead is good. But can he survive this big attack that's coming now, staging across the center of the map with just Hydralisks? Alright, here we go. Mass Hydra with some Mutalisks against a Gateway army with no High Templar in it, because the snipe on the backside of those High Templar was so clutch. Queen, little supply blocked, making an Overlord to try to compensate here. He might actually get supply blocked. Unsupply blocked by losing stuff. 127 to 112 supply is pretty good at this stage of the game with a Hydra army. Mutas, I mean, sure, they'll provide a little extra DPS. Why not at this stage? Are there enough? Yeah, man, these Hydras are doing okay. What are their upgrades at? They've got that +1 attack. Dragoons are at +2 armor and +1 attack. Oh, busting up into this 4th base would be incredible, but can Queen pull this off? Queen's in an almost impossible position. He's on 3 bases. His enemy is on 4. If he can kill, he can kill this base. Can he? These high? Oh, where'd that High Templar come from? Get out of! Oh, another High Templar made it through the Mutalisk shield, but it died. Okay, so the 4th base dies, but it's still a 3-basing Protoss versus a 3-basing Zerg, who's been on these 3 bases for a while. The good news is his main base is fairly healthy because Zergs undersaturate their bases, whereas Best's main base only has 2 mineral patches left, and there's exactly 1 probe on it, and there's like 30 minerals there remaining. This is a crazy game. This is a bonkers game. More probes dying. Back down under 36 of what it was last time I checked. 32. Okay. New 4th base try. This is the 3rd attempt at a 4th base from Queen. Down this bottom left side. 3-basing Protoss, which is really 2-basing because these minerals are gone now. Do we see any sign of Reaver tech? Every Protoss is like, are there any Reavers? Against all of these Hydras. Reavers would be pretty good, but the Mutas are making it a little bit difficult, maybe. Maybe you're worried about your shuttle getting sniped, and then the Reavers are stationary, basically, and then they get killed easily. I don't know. +2 attack on the Hydras. They're even with the +2 attack of the Dragoons. But that +2 armor is a real nice advantage here. You can absorb a few more Hydra hits if you have that +2 armor. Compared to the squishy Hydras, which are squishy anyway, right? Mutas finding more. Oh my gosh. Forcing the High Templar to storm their own Dragoons, too. A lot of Mutas died for that, but did that just reset the High Templar count? No, there's still 2 here. They're not done. 135 to 106 supply. I mean, I know Hydras are very supply cheap, but this is a lot. All right, 2 High Templar. Oh, this is a lot of Hydralisks from all angles. How many storms do your 2 High Templar have? I don't know, but they're dead now. This is way too many Dragoons. Best with the Korean. GG's out. And Queen gets the win in 20 minutes. Now, that's the key, Zerg players. Don't look at this game and say, well, I can defeat Tier 3 Protoss with just Hydras and some Mutas. You kind of can. You kind of can, is the thing. The game cannot go much longer than 20 minutes. This is about the limit of where a ZVP can go, where you don't get lurkers or Tier 3 at all. Like, not even sniffing Tier 3, right? You can. It's difficult. It's really, really hard. But the key here is that Best didn't remake those Corsairs and lost a couple of them unnecessarily, and the Mutas were emboldened. More Mutas were made. They sniped those High Templar. That was how this worked. And the game was able to end at the 20-minute mark instead of the 30-minute mark where Queen would just die. I feel as though. So, my goodness. Okay, what I'd like to do is go back and translate that last comment. I don't want to translate their whole conversation, but I want to translate their last comments. What. See, look at all these words they had. Actually, can I get them to translate? No, they disappeared. Okay, fine. Fine. And then we speed it up. And then this all happens. And the High Templar get wiped out. And yeah, once all the High Templar are dead, that's it. Okay, so I just want to see what this says real quick. Queen says... Now. Says Queen. No, I did not get a translation for... I'm just trying to get what... I'll take a picture of it and see if that makes it a little bit easier. Speed up, blah, blah, blah. The Hydras come through here. Anyway, what a fantastic game. I thought for sure that Best was going to win this thing. Oh my gosh, it went past again. Whatever, I don't care. It was something along the lines of GG. So, woof, nicely done. I mean, man. Great macro. He had a ton of Hydras. Just not enough Zealots to really deal with them. It was so many Dragoons. 15,000 to 15,000 points here. 154,000 rather. 151,000. Best 1 in point total. Got outproduced 2 to 1. The kill death ratio wasn't really enough to account for that. For Best, that was the big deal here. And Queen did outspend the Protoss by only about... Man, 1,800 resources, which isn't a ton, but 2,000 or so in 20 minutes. But yeah, it just came down to that final battle. If Best could have gotten some really nice storms, maybe a few more Zealots added into the comp, that would have been good. But in the end, Queen gets the win. All right, fantastic. So that right there is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw, what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.